weighted at probably 100 cars. Welcome to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a special day. We're here at Cota, one of my favorite places on the planet. I gotta start right here behind me. We got two Bugatti Chiron Super Sports, and then I don't even know what to say. We got a Senna over there, Koenigsegg, bunch of other cars around here. We're going to be doing a parade lap with all these cars here. Might do some drifting a little bit, get a little bit cheeky. What a day. It's gonna be an awesome video today. Let's get started. I'm just gonna walk around, show you guys what's going on here. We got the Fanatec GT World America racing here. And then we got the Hypercar Invitational as well over here. We'll check out some of those cars. So I wanna talk a little bit about these two Bugattis here. I think personally, I like the black one better, especially I'm a huge fan of blue. This one's finished in a carbon fiber exterior with a two-tone blue and black. I just want to highlight some of the details and the angles, right? You have that horseshoe design at the front bumper right there, Bugatti logo. Just the presence and the aura that this car has is fascinating. You can see that it's meant to go fast in a straight line. It almost looks like a missile. We got a non-deer. He's with the Exotics Network. Great event that they've helped put together here. I gotta ask you, pick of the litter here. Which one are you taking?
Me, it's between the Le Diamant Blanc, the white Super Sports over there, and then obviously, I mean, you can't go wrong with a full carbon Koenigsegg Regera. This one's a 1 of 5. It's called the Raven. Has a special name for it. Next to it, we've got the full carbon matching Senna, 2 Chiron Super Sport. Parade lap at 4:15 is going to be pretty nuts.
I want to highlight some of the stuff on this Koenigsegg. Koenigsegg as a company, they're so innovative in what they do. They were one of the first brands to actually introduce carbon fiber wheels, and you can see on this Regera they have those carbon fiber wheels. That's something that's becoming more profound in the industry nowadays, but back then it was something that you never really saw ever.
Hey, go for it.
Let's go. As we take a closer look at this stuff, get close at this carbon. I mean, look at the way it shines. It's un-freaking believable. So the Koenigsegg has a twin turbo V8, makes about 1,500 horsepower. Here we got the McLaren Senna. I love this car because what it represents with Ayrton Senna. You know, this car was built as an homage to him. This also uses a twin turbo V8, and you can see it's just so focused on aerodynamics. I think a lot of these other hypercars here, they're focused more on a combination of beauty and function, but this Senna, function over 4. Massive spoiler right here, rear diffuser as well. An interesting fact as well is all European Sennas actually have a tri-exhaust, and the US specs were only allowed to have a dual exhaust. So hard to soak all this up. Everywhere I go I see hypercars. We have a Ford GT right there. It's ridiculous. It's W16 engine right there. 16 cylinders, 4 turbos, 1,500 horsepower, and a bazooka of an exhaust right there. Fun fact, these two Chirons, they're owned by the same person, and it's a woman, a lady, very nice lady. She is the first Bugatti Chiron owner in the world. So that's a fun fact for you. All right, so we got Austin Wolf with Porky's Backyard, kind enough to open up his 750S for us. 750S, obviously it's the successor to the 720S. At a plain view, it looks very, very similar, but I've just been told it's a whole lot faster. And I know McLaren did a lot of rework underneath. So we're talking new suspension components. If we take a look at the interior here, some new differences as well. The paddles are now machined aluminum. Your drive select switches up here now. Overall, the interior is still pretty much the same. And man, I mean, these McLarens, I can just, even sitting in it right now, I can feel that they're race cars. We have the car turned on now. We're in neutral. So that switched it to sport. So one tap to the right here with this button puts it into sport. That was track. And now you can see when we go to track, we lose the rev count, the circular rev counter. It goes to a line right there. I'll give it a couple revs real quick. Such a fast revving twin turbo V8. I can feel just how aggressive this car really wants to be. All right, guys, so this is take 2 because I'm a forgot to freaking put my audio device on. As I was saying, this Audi R8 GT3 car caught my eye because I think the silhouette, it just looks so gorgeous. When we look at these internals, one of our boys, Kareem, has a purple Audi R8. It's so crazy to see the road car and then the race car version. If we bring the camera closer here, look at the interior and look at the steering wheel. I mean, that's unfreaking believable. And then, of course, the staple, naturally aspirated V10, looking all mighty and looks so different to the road car. It's so raw. It's fascinating to see all this stuff up and close and personal. Just be able to walk into a garage and get so close to the race car. It's awesome. All right, so here we go. This is kind of funny and sad, to be honest. BMW M4 GT3, absolutely cabbaged. So the door's off so we can actually see some of these internals here. You got the bucket seat, got the steering wheel, and then when we come to the front here, we can see we have significant damage with this thing, structural damage, unfortunately. Must have had a hard hit with a wall or something like that. It's the neat thing about coming out to these events, you're in with everything. All right, guys, so look who we ran into. Parker Nierenstein, aka Vehicle Versions, the one and only. We're here in the GT1 Hypercar paddock area, behind an Apollo IE. I was just asking Parker, what is your favorite part about the car with the Apollo IE?
Obviously the V12 is insane. The car sounds crazy, but having been in one, I think the straight cut gears is what's the most extreme element. Because there's a lot of cars with V12s. Obviously every car with the V12 is special, but there are a lot of them. But there are not a lot of cars that are road legal that sound like a race car because of the transmission wind. So it's a pretty absurd experience.
We just talked to Parker Nierenstein, obviously, and this is Shmee's Ford GT right here, which is really cool. And then he's got his Mustang Dark Horse as well. He actually went to Hennessy with this, and I actually interned at Hennessy as well, so it's a cool connection there. But yeah, it's really neat to see Shmee's Ford GT here. I've only seen it, obviously, on all the videos, right? Fun fact on the Ford GT, because of this aerodynamic duct right here, the cabin is so tight that you sit shoulder to shoulder. And because of that, they actually had to place the mirrors at a different alignment. So if we look at the camera right here, line it up with these wing mirrors right here, you can see that that mirror is actually a little bit forward compared to this mirror, which is really interesting. And it's kind of like for people with ADHD, it would piss you off, especially on a $1.2 million car. But hey, she's still gorgeous. She's still gorgeous. Alrighty, guys, so I have a massive smile on my face, and that is because the door is open to the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport. Let's take a look at the interior real quick of this thing. First time touching a Bugatti. Feels like sinful. What I think is really interesting about this interior, which catches my eye right away, is the circular form of it. It's almost like aerospace, and it's hinting to the top speed capabilities of this freaking machine. Man, I literally feel sinful being in this car right now because the leather is so damn nice. You can see the quad turbo in the background right there. You know, it's interesting, the paddles actually don't feel that nice when you click them. Just being in this car, overall, what a freaking experience. We on? We on, baby. We on, baby. And we're about to be on the track. This is an interesting button right here. So, okay, look at this button. Just look at the screen here. Watch what happens when I hold it for 3 seconds.
Oh, traction control is off.
Loosey-goosey, baby. In all seriousness, we're about to go on track. It's just a parade lap. I've done this one time before, and if I'm cheeky enough, I'll try to get away with a little slide for you guys. Might be a little bit challenging because I think there's 140 cars going on this freaking parade lap. It's unbelievable. I want to be behind this SVJ that's right here because it's straight piped, and we know a straight piped V12. There ain't much like that. I'm about to ask this guy who can rev the SVJ. My guy, would you mind revving the SVJ a little bit? Oh my goodness. There's nothing like a naturally aspirated V12, man. One more. Oh my goodness. Thank you, man. Absolutely unbelievable. Well, I finagled it right behind the Aventador SVJ. Look at it, look at all the people. All right, Cota. First time for my buddy Luke. He's in the car with me. He's my cameraman, helping me get all this content. Soak it all in, brother. Coming up to turn 1 on the long straightaway. It is a parade lap, so obviously we have to go slow. But I mean, hey, and here is coming up to turn 1, so you can feel the freaking elevation, how high we go up here. Hit the apex here, go on the curbs, bring it out wide, and then this is turn 2 here. Again, if I was racing, I'd be straddling the line right here, taking the curb. And then these are the S's. So we go through these S's. That's a sausage curb right there. A lot of cars go over that. And now you can kind of tell why they call these the S's, because you're just going back and forth through these corners. You're gonna turn the music down. And you wanna stay right here because you got a left-hander, a tight one coming up right here. I'm gonna give this guy a little bit of space so I can cook it a little bit here. flying all over the place. Come on, rip it, buddy. Oh, look at the P1. All the way up there. Wow, that's crazy. Look at this corner. Such a tight corner coming in here. I want to pass this Aventador so badly to get up to the rest of the pack. The GTR said, F it, he's doing it. Just, I mean, I might do it as well. They might tag me for that, but we got a 911 Dakar. That is an off-road 911, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe it? And get up close to him so you can actually see the thing. I've never seen one of those in person before. P1's up there, which is freaking crazy. And there you go, there's a Circuit of Americas. Boys, I promise you, and the 5% girls that watch my channel, we will be on track here at one point. Look at the Ford GT, wow. I have no one beside me, so I'm gonna do a little skid right here. Just a mini skid. Lay down some rubber. Ladies and gentlemen, and that is pretty much a parade lap at Cota. As soon as we get to the top or the straightaway, we're gonna cut the footage because we wanna enjoy the second parade lap. Look at that, probably 100 cars. That R8 sounds amazing. Look at that. Holy shit. I think there's a Cybertruck.
People are hanging out the back.
All right, signing off on the parade lap. Sorry, I was gonna ask you if you mind revving the F12 quickly, okay. Just for a bit. Thank you so much, man. All right, we got the Aventador SVJ V12. Now we get to get the Ferrari F12 V12. Oh my goodness. It's a little bit more high pitch than the Aventador, but wow, that is unbelievable. Thank you, man. We got Shmee coming in, ladies and gentlemen. There's Shmee. I thought some of the other cars were gonna be coming, but I guess they're being PPs. Oh, just had a shaved ice and some ice cream, and I had to book it all the way down here. That's brutal. It's not sitting well. And I'm not that out of shape.
Not as much as you used to be.
Used to be a collegiate athlete, but not anymore. Now I'm a car day athlete. I think they're all going that way. Oh, cheeky ones. Cheeky. Oh yeah. Excuse me, sir. Could you rev the V10 real quick? Thank you so much, man. That V10 had a rift exhaust, that STO. So that's pretty neat. And then we got the Huayra BC coming over here. I'm going to ask the guy in the Apollo IE to rev it. So I'm waiting for this dude to come wherever he is coming. It's either gonna be this side or that side. And my eardrums might get blown out, so. All right, ladies and gents, that has been a full day of Cota. Absolutely exhausted. We got the Apollo IE right behind me here. I was waiting at the Hypercar Paddock Club for it to drive back because I was gonna go up and ask the guy to rev it, but unfortunately, looks like he's just decided to park it right at the end of the pit entrance and been cooling it down, doing some stuff, so just gonna close out the video here. I know we'll get that thing set at some point here in the near future, so without further ado, please browse the channel, subscribe, watch all my previous videos, like this stuff, and I'll be back with even better car content next time.